I'm your host, Pastor Richard Giovanetti, Senior Pastor of Standing in the Word Ministries and a board member for the Illinois Family Institute. We want to thank every one of you that are working diligently and hard for the advancement of the cause of Illinois Family Institute as they fight hard to advance family-friendly issues and values into this state. We are going to this month address the issue of addictions, and there are some bills out there that need to be fought. I'm going to give you those bills, but I want to give you some stats on the issue. Number one is going to be gambling. Number two will be on the issue of the legalization of medical marijuana, and then some final stats on teen drinking. In the United States alone, 168 million, with an M, 168 million adults already declared that they have been involved in gambling at one stage or another. That is almost 1/3 of the United States population. Of that 168 million, 148 million are still operating as a low-risk gambler. 15 million are at risk for becoming problem gamblers. 3 million of them are already considered problem gamblers. And 2.5 million in the United States of adults are already operating as pathological gamblers. This is a huge problem in the United States. Illinois is right now advancing several more radical bills to advance gambling aggressively throughout the state. We've already got 168 million people that have been touching this. Now, here's some of the problems. $500 billion are spent annually. These are wages lost from people that are working because of the issue of gambling. And what Illinois is going to do is they're going to piggyback on people's problems on the issue of gambling, which is an addictive operation. The government wants to piggyback on that and try to begin to draw taxation off of that. And all they're doing is they're going to bankrupt the American society, and they're opening a radical door for more problems in the long run. Out of this, and you have to understand, there are some figures that when it comes to people that are dealing with gambling, we've got several levels. One, we have to deal with the adults, and then we have another problem coming on, and that is because of the internet gambling, our youth. Folks, our young people are the ones that are radically at risk the more they open doors to gambling. And I want you to understand this. About 5% of those people that actually are problematic gamblers will gamble of something of radical value in their life. They will gamble away their car, their houses, their life insurance, family. They will gamble something that will cost them something. In any area around a gambling casino, you have within 50 miles, you have a double of the possibility of adults being addicted to gambling. We got other problems. We got aggravated assault. We have embezzlement, stealing, violent stealing. We have an increase of foreclosures, bankruptcies. And the reason is because wherever you introduce gambling, people lose their hard-earned dollars and their wages are thrown away when it comes to gambling. Each compulsive gambler will cost the economy somewhere between $14,000 and $22,000 every year. In order to generate $618 million of revenue, you have to have $1.7 billion with a B attached to financial income loss. And if we recognize that within 50 miles of any gambling casino, the potential of being addicted to adults rises 50%, in the state of Illinois, a casino in Chicago will cover almost half of the state's population. This is a huge travesty, ladies and gentlemen. Everything that you're dealing with, if we are going to lose that much income because of wages lost, just to gain a little bit, that means for every $2 you give me, all you get back is a quarter. Now, the next problem that we have in internet gambling, or it's because we have the issue of internet gambling. Let me just go this route. One of the bills that's on the table is to introduce BlackBerry gambling, internet gambling. This is 24/7, 365 days a year. This is what flows over into our young people. We already have 168 million people in the United States that already have touched the issue of gambling. 4 to 8% of our teenagers are already declaring that they have a problem or an addiction to gambling. These are our teenagers who, before they are drinking or smoking, they're already getting addicted to gambling because of online gambling. Ladies and gentlemen, you and I can struggle with the computer, but your young people are very computer savvy. They know how to get a hold of credit cards, debit cards, whatever. These are the ones that have no discipline within themselves, and they're getting involved with gambling. 672,000 college students already state that they are addicted to gambling. Let me give you some of these bills and tell you why we have a problem. In the state of Illinois, there already is a bill out there that already opens the door to having at least, or have a minimum, or have a maximum, let me put it right this way, have a maximum of 5 gambling machines in every institution that sells liquor. That means, folks, any one of your favorite restaurants that sells alcohol can have up to 5 gambling machines, and they've already found that the highest level of addiction is to the gambling machines. Wherever there is a machine, wherever there is alcohol sold on any premise, in any restaurant or any establishment, any bar, they're allowed to have up to 5 machines. Now, in the state of Illinois, we have 5 counties which have already passed a law forbidding that. And we have 54 cities in the state of Illinois which have passed a law forbidding gambling when it comes to machines involving establishments that sell liquor. And you say, well, that's a great deal, except for we have a problem. In Springfield, they are pushing 2 kinds of bills. The first bill is House Bill 5438. House Bill 5438. This House bill is a play or pay bill. This is going to force communities to accept the video gambling machines, or they're going to have to pay a penalty. There is a fine that the House wants to put in this bill on every one of these 54 cities and on or towns in the state of Illinois, or these 5 counties which have forbidden it. They are going to be forced to either play or they're going to have to pay a big fine. That is House Bill 5438. The next bill that you're going to deal with is House Bill 5313, and House Bill 5313. In House Bill 5313, they go farther because they figure, look, we're going to have lost revenue if you do not put gambling machines in your institutions. Not only are you going to pay a fine, but House Bill 5313 says you are going to pay an ongoing monthly surcharge to make it for the loss. Listen, we've already declared that wherever there is an increase of gambling, there is a loss of income. In every region where there is gambling machines and a casino, they already find that the money going into the community drops drastically. There is a loss of income, there is a higher foreclosure rate and everything else, there's a higher violence rate. And now in the communities that do not have the gambling, they're going to start charging them and forcing them that they have to pay on a monthly basis. So again, these 2 bills, House Bill 5438, House Bill 5438, is going to force communities to either play or they have to pay a fine. On top of that, House Bill 5313 is going to impose a monthly surcharge on the communities that have banned gambling machines to replace any kind of lost revenue. On the plus side, and there is a plus side in this matter, House Bill 4629, House Bill 4629 is the bill that would repeal the video gambling law. That means the law that's already got video gambling, they can repeal that law, which if they repeal it, then it will overthrow the other 2 laws. Another problem that we're having, and I just told you with that, is that because of the increase of the gambling and because of the internet gambling bills which are trying to come out, and I've got these, internet gambling bill 1654, is going to put the lottery on the internet, cell phones, and Blackberries. A lottery on internet, cell phones, and Blackberries. That's House Bill 1654. That's the problem to our young people. The fact that they can get access to this 24/7 and get a hold of a debit card is why now we've got 4 to 8% of our young people stating that they are addicted to gambling. House Bill 91 is a huge gambling bill. This bill wants to expand slot machines at racetracks, 4 brand new casinos, land-based casino in Chicago, and more positions at existing casinos. That's why we have to deal with these issues, and those House bills have been across your screen. So please, folks, when you go in and you address your lawmakers, and you address your city council, let them know what Springfield is attempting to do. They want to steal your money. They want to steal your money, and they want your money so that they can get it instead of the gambling. If you do not impose gambling on your people and open the door to addictions for your adults and addiction for your kids and lost revenue, then you're going to have to pay a fine.